Rich, disappointing news. Ash Handley ruled out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, really disappointing. Injuries are part and parcel of the game. To pick it up in a trial game, it looked a very innocuous sort of tackle, and the way he collapsed under his leg. Disappointing to lose him in a trial game. He's been absolutely flying in pre-season. He's highly motivated for the World Cup at the end of the year. It's a big blow to us. But 6 weeks, he's in very good shape. He's Ash. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we can hit all our targets on our rehab and get him back early.
Is that potentially the silver lining, the amount of work that Ash has put in? He's been putting up some big numbers in training. The fact that once the knees settle down, he should be good to go.
Well, it's certainly helping. Look, he's our fittest player, undoubtedly. And when you look at workload, what he does in a game, you've got to be fit to do that amount of work. It's hopefully going to help him on his recovery. And I know Ash will do absolutely everything right in terms of his rehab, eating, sleeping, ticking every box he needs to when he gets the brace off his leg. Nonetheless, it's a blow, and it's something we didn't really need at this stage of the year. But that's what your squad's for, Phil. Ideally everybody wants to come out of the blocks round one and get your full team out and get absolutely flying. That's not going to be the case for us. We know we've got one or two injuries coming into round one, but that's what our squad's for, mate, and we've got every confidence in them.
And you're able to give a few people a run out last Sunday. Has that helped you with your potential options you can look at to replace Ash?
Yeah, I think what a trial game always does, it gives you that physical nature of what a game's all about, and the game was certainly like that. Because of the wet conditions, because we had we didn't have our normal halfbacks playing in there. We quite enjoyed the attritional element of it. We know that our attack's gonna have to flow a lot better, and what a trial game always does, it gives you some areas to fix up, and that certainly put a focus on a couple of areas for us. But nonetheless, we thought we got plenty of work under our belt. We give some individuals some areas to improve, but I thought there were also lots of positives in there for us, Phil, too.
And there's been a few guys who weren't involved on Sunday there, looking to get back in times for round one.
The ball boys, yeah, obviously we had the ball boys would have probably breached any salary cap on ball boys that weekend, but did a fine job in the circumstances. But obviously we'd rather have them back in his team. So a couple of guys were definitely precautions. Gailey could have probably played at a push, but we took a precaution on that. Same with Zane. And we've got a couple of guys that we always knew it were going to be last 2 weeks in and see how they go up to this weekend and early next week before we make a call on their inclusion in the team or not.
Do you suspect, because of the nature of COVID and the pre-season, especially after how late last season finished, that every team will have to build into the season?
Yeah, I suspect that, and I'm also looking at our squad, given the bits and bobs that we've got in terms of injuries. Can you say it's because of this or because of that? But I think it's always dangerous to do that with injuries. I think you look at each case on its merits. I mean, Ash Handley's is one that is just completely out of our control. I think a lot of teams this year, they had 5 months off. We had a very congested fixture list. We've had an exceptionally wet off season where a lot of teams would have been on 3G, and then the pitches are heavy. So there's a lot of navigation, I think, through the pre-season. We've got some operations from post-season too that have, we're still getting beyond that. So there's a lot of reasons and a lot of challenges, I think, at the moment that squads, and from what I can gather, there's plenty of squads in a similar boat to us, sort of getting tested along those lines. But as I say, mate, it's all about the size and depth of your squad. Some of our guys will be better for the run out at the weekend, and all our focus now from here on in, back on the field today, is about getting the team ready for round one.